Hey guys, it's Julie. Um, have to apologize once again for taking so long to post another video. There is a good reason, or several good reasons, for not doing so. Um, work has been kind of interesting. They have now moved me from being a cashier to working for what they call asset protection, which is basically their version of loss prevention, or LP as they call it for short. So I'm working AP now. And kind of the cool thing about that is I get to, instead of worrying about making change, instead of worrying about getting people to sign up for stuff, which, people were getting really snarly about, they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want me to, they didn't want to hear any of that. They just wanted to get their stuff and get out. And so apparently that wasn't my strengths weren't over there. So, and what I really like about Best Buy is instead of just saying, "Well, you're not working out, we're gonna let you go," they were like, "Hey, there's a position opening up in our asset protection department, and would you like to give that a try?" And so basically, it's kind of what I was doing before with the greeting. Like, I stand up at the front of the store, I greet people when they come in the doors. I ask them if there's anywhere I can show them, if they're looking for anything in particular. Supposed to, make sure they were well served when they start heading out the door. Just basically provide good customer service, that kind of thing. And then also, I get to check receipts and stuff like that. And basically, if the sensors go off at the doors, I be more, friendly, politely, be like, "Hey, do you mind if I check and see what went off?" And I have to say it's a really neat job, and there's a lot more to it than that. I'm training with the guy who used to do a lot of those duties, and there's other things I do. There are walks I take in the store just to check on things, check for safety hazards, all that kind of stuff. And I was very excited actually because I'm now currently caught up on all my e-learnings, which includes the e-learnings that I've been taking for the AP position. And so that's really awesome. And so currently caught up with that, and they've been giving me a lot more hours, a lot of daytime hours, which is really nice because as much as I am a night owl, I really prefer working during the day just because then I can get home at night, I can have dinner, I can spend time with my family, spend time online, that kind of thing, and I don't have to worry about, will I have to stay till close, will someone walk out to my car with me, will I get mugged in the parking lot, that would be kind of ironic, lost person getting mugged in the parking lot, but hey, I'm sure it happens. Anyway, so kind of ran off on a tangent there. I do apologize. But the other kind of cool thing that has been going on is I have decided one of the main things that I do online is that I write for make up a bunch of characters, and I write with other people on a site for on a Heroes RPG site, and Heroes being the TV show that was on for a few years, and I just really like it. I just really enjoyed the show. It was one of my favorite shows. Matter of fact, I kind of compared it to Charmed a little bit, because the principles of it are kind of the same, except for Charm deals with magic, And Heroes, of course, goes the scientific route, and they have like scientists saying, well, this is why we think certain people are, able to fly, able to, leap tall buildings as a single bound, that kind of thing. Which is really cool. It's definitely a different way of looking at it. And so the fun thing is I've been doing a lot of writing, and there are a lot of people on the site who live in England or live in the UK. And I've become friends particularly with 3 of them, and they all live in the same town over there. And we were talking the other day, and just decided, just kind of out of the blue, because I would like, now that I'm making a decent amount of money, and now that I'm working a decent amount of hours, I would like to be able to go on a vacation again sometime. And so I was talking to one of my friends who lives in this town, and she is going to university at the current time, but she told me that she would probably be on her summer break around June of next year. And so I was like, well, I think that would be perfect, because in that way, I have a whole year from now to save up enough money and to get the time off from work and all that. And plus, I've never been to England, and I've never been outside the United. Well, okay, I take that back. I have been to Canada once. I've been to Canada one time to visit another online friend, actually. But other than that, I've really never been outside the United States. I've never visited like a foreign country or anything. And so I think it would just be really interesting. It would be really fun. And I thought it would be perfect, since I already know 3 people who live in that area. And considering, they were telling me about some of the stuff they do, and apparently they go out LARPing on some weekends and do like actual like Dungeons Dragons kind of type stuff, like actual like fighting with swords and stuff like that, and that would be really cool. And excuse me, I've been drinking Pepsi, and it makes me burp. But anyway, so tangent number 2 there. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so, and that's the other thing that's been going on, is I've been making a lot of friends. I've been doing a lot of writing. I've been trying to get back to doing my personal typewriting. And then the third thing that I had been struggling with up until like the last couple weeks is I had come down with a bad case of bronchitis, which, it was bad. It was really, would not wish this on my worst enemy. It's just, I had fevers, I was shaking, I was just cold, and just miserable, just hacking, and just yuck, gross, didn't want anybody to look at me. But I only really missed one day of work, and that was one of the days that I had a fever. I got up that morning and I was just, starting to get out of bed, and I was just like, no, my body was just yelling at me, get back in bed, you're not going anywhere. And so, but, I struggled through it, and, had to go to the doctor twice, actually. First time I went to the doctor, they gave me these antibiotics, and, started taking them and stuff. And it was kind of one of those, take one of them 3 times a day. And I just wasn't doing it. I just wasn't doing anything. And so I went back to the doctor, and this time they gave me an inhaler. They gave me some cough syrup with codeine in it, which I took at night. And they gave me another more powerful antibiotic, which was just take once a day. And that all cost me $75. Versus the original antibiotics only cost me about $20. So it was like, ouch! Plus the $35 per doctor visit, which, don't get me started on doctors right now. I'm just, it's frustrating. And I may do another vlog about this just because it's just stupid. Yeah. Let me put it this way. I've had to, because the doctor I currently see for most of my medical needs, apparently she has been just really busy, just really swamped, which I understand. It's summer, people have more time on their hands, people are taking vacations or whatever, and people are able to take time off work, and they're able to go to the doctor or whatever, and, so she's all full up. Well, there's been a couple of special things I've been doing. I went to saw a specialist, actually, because as I get older and start experiencing the issues that older women experience, and and my mom, who's big into, organic, eating healthy, taking care of yourself, taking supplements rather than stuffing your body with medicine, with chemicals and stuff. And which is really kind of interesting because the only thing I take right now, other than like over the counter medicine, is my Lefactorin for my hypothyroidism. But so basically, I don't have to worry about any of that. So anyway, that's tangent number 3. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so, but yeah, so I finally got over that for the most part. Finally feel better, and able to move around and, rock out at work sometime. It's really fun because a lot of my coworkers and stuff, they like to dance and stuff, and we listen to music. As a matter of fact, at work, we kind of have this thing going on where if you do certain things well, or if you achieve certain goals, you get to pick what radio station we listen to. And so it's kind of cool because it's like, have people call over the headset, I want to listen to Limp Bizkit, or I want to listen to the 90s channel and stuff. And it's like, I've got to rock out to boy bands. I've got to, listen to like the heavy metal, the screaming, the screamers, as I call them. It's like, you're not singing. You are screaming to music. That is not singing. I'm sorry. I rap. Heck, we've got one gal at work who loves Justin Bieber, and so whenever she achieves one of her goals, she's like, Justin Bieber radio. And so it's like, I've even gotten to the point where I let me put it this way. I like the beats of some of Justin Bieber songs. I don't necessarily like Justin Bieber as a singer or as a person necessarily, but I definitely, I can listen to most of his songs, or at least enjoy the beat on them, even if some of the lyrics make me kind of go, really, Justin? Like, okay, and I know this is tangent number 4, but like, for example, his song, oh gosh, what is it? The one where where he's like talking about running away with this girl, and it's like, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. Oh, as long as you love me. It's as long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. It's like, that's not the best thing you want to say to convince a girl to run away with you. It's like, she's expecting, I realize that these are teenage girls. I realize that they're not, they're not fully developed. They don't fully understand what all it takes to run a house, to, pay bills and all that. They'll get there, but, but still, it's like, that, it's like, why not sing, hey, as long as you love me, we'll have an apartment. It may be in a slightly rough side of town, but I'll always walk you, home. Always make sure, we get a good guard dog, it's easy. But anyway, so now to the meat of the issue. Now to the real reason why the change that's going to occur with this vlog. Basically, there has been no sightings of Slenderman. There has been no, I haven't seen him, haven't heard from him, haven't. And I've even tested. I've even done some probably pretty stupid things. I've watched videos of him. I've thought about him right before bed. I took down all of my charms in my house. Well, and there's the other thing. There's the other reason why I haven't been posting is we've had some issues at our house, and basically what's happened is that we've had a lot of heavy rains, and basically I have an issue where, because of the way the outside is set up, like, my basement is like half below ground, and there's this one corner where every time it rains, especially if it rains like really hard, it always leaks. There's water getting inside of there or whatever. So what happened is that we had a few days, a couple weeks ago, of just really hard rains. It rained like almost every single night, and a couple of days even, just rain and poured, and basically it got so bad. The water got soaked in so much in my downstairs that I got mold on one of my bookshelves, and I got basically mold, and my floorboards, not my floorboards, but my baseboards got all moldy and gross and everything. And so we currently have all that ripped up. I've got a huge hole in my wall, which makes it interesting because now more bugs can find their way inside my room, which has been lovely. But anyway, so basically that issue has just been just charming. Now, there is a good side. There is a nice side to that, because we decided, because apparently Mom and Dad also, what works is my bedroom is on the basement level. Mom and Dad's bedroom is right above mine. And so what happens is, so apparently they have also had water leaking into their bedroom in the same corner, which is really weird. But anyway, so they've got a hole in their wall too. So basically, we've decided, we've got guys coming. Okay, I think they might have been there today. I've been yesterday and today. I've been up at my neighbor's house because they're gone for a couple days, and I've been up here dog sitting for them. And which I really like doing because it gives me a chance to truly be kind of independent for a couple of days, And I mean, I've been working, I've been doing other stuff, so it's not like I'm just sitting here fiddling around online or anything, although that does happen. But so basically, we're waiting for the workers to get stuff done, to get the outside done, and then they're gonna start working on the inside of the house, which means I'm gonna have to eventually drag all of my stuff out of my room so that they can work. But once that's done, Mom and I've already decided we're going to repaint the walls of my room. Currently, my walls are they're like a dark green and then kind of a cream color. And what I've decided is I'm going to have kind of a lighter color green and really light purple color. Just because those two are green and purple are kind of my two favorite colors, and I really like them in combination. And so that's the plan. That's the plan for that. But anyway, so basically to get back to who. I mean, I haven't seen him. I haven't. And I was really surprised because I thought for sure when summer hit or whatever that I would be like, that it would be, that it would be, that he would come, that he would be around. Because in almost all the other vlogs, almost all the other things out there, it's like he always shows up. He always seems to show up in the summer. Because I said that he kind of tended to disappear during the winter. And so I always thought maybe he was kind of like a nature deity or something. Or a nature, like a wood nymph or something. And, went away and hibernated during the winter. And it would come back during the summer. But there hasn't been the sign of him yet. And so I'm just kind of, with everything else going on in my life, with all the other busyness going on, and I just haven't had time. I haven't even had time to, do any research. I've hardly had the time to watch other videos that, other people posted. So, it's not a big deal. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's actually kind of a good thing that maybe something happened. Maybe, who knows? One thing that I've noticed from reading stories and watching videos and stuff is that nobody really seems to know what his motives are. Like, why he does what he does. If it's even intentional. I've even had some people say that maybe he doesn't mean to. Maybe he's like an alien or something, and he's trying to communicate, which is why he shows up with people. But he like doesn't know. He just does. He just has no idea that what he, when he messes up cameras, or no idea that his appearance can scare people. You know. I mean, well, there's the confession time. Here's the other thing that I've gotten into recently. And I know you guys are all gonna say it took you long enough, but I've just recently, over the past few weeks, started getting into Minecraft. I've heard about it. I watch videos. I love the music videos that people come up with. I mean, I've watched the list of, the 20 best, Minecraft songs and stuff, and just love them. I mean, people are so creative, and I've watched Let's Plays and stuff like that, and people are so creative coming up with things. Playing Hunger Games with Minecraft, and playing, I mean, they have little texture packs that look like Mario, Super Mario and stuff, and it's just so cool. It's just really a neat thing. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, that works. I mean, and so but the hardest part was I didn't know how to get, how to get started. Well, I was at work, and we have this really neat gaming section, including a nice section for PC games, and right along the top of the section, we have like the little gaming cards, like if you want to go on Facebook and play games, they have like the little, you can buy $25 worth of stuff, and that kind of thing. And then they had the little Minecraft card, and you could pay it, and it was like only like $25 or something. I like, that is a really good deal, $25 to play this. And so I bought one. I took it home. I, downloaded, and I just love it. It is just so much fun. I mean, you get to play, and what I really like about it is you can change the settings. It's not like, you have like your peaceful setting, which is really nice if you want to just go out and explore. If you want to, go out and go hunting or whatever, go hunting for, pigs or cows or whatever. Gather up supplies and all that. And I quickly learned the part I had to learn how to do, and I learned by trial and error, was swimming. Because the first time I dove into a body of water, I drowned. And I lost all my stuff. And I was like, oh no. It was kind of like, oh crap, are you serious? I lost all my stuff. And that happened to me like a couple of times. And then my most recent adventure on there, which I wish I would have recorded because it was absolutely hysterical. I got lost. Well, I decided I was gonna go out and explore. And thankfully it was on peaceful, because I would have been killed. But usually I go one way, but I wanted to go the other way. I wanted to see what was on the other side, because the world that I spawned into was a jungle world. Just surrounded by these big tall trees and everything. And so I was like, I thought that was all it was. I honestly didn't know. And so I'm just like, and I go the one way, and it's still jungle, and and walking around. And so I thought, I want to go this way, because I've never been that way before. So I started going this way and everything, and then there's this huge ocean, and then And then I start walking, and then there's a desert biome, and I kept walking, and I walked and walked and walked, and all of a sudden I was like, I have no idea where I am. And I found myself, I mean, this world, it's huge. It's got a mountain area, it's got a desert area, it's got a plains, a marshy area. It has got all these different areas in one world, and it's really, really cool, but I got lost. I was at the point where I was just like, I have no idea where I am. I even went up on one of these really tall mountains to look around and see if I could find out where I was. And finally found my home. It was one of those things where I was just like, I'm just gonna keep walking, because I'm gonna assume that Minecraft kind of follows with the laws of the real world, and that the world is round, and round, although in Minecraft terms is probably square. But in any cases, you can keep going, and you'll eventually end up where you were. And so I'm walking, and I'm walking, and I'm walking, and I just feel like Christopher Columbus trying to explore here. And I ended up making like bridges, passageways over large bodies of water so that I could get to where I needed to be. And definitely learned landmarks, definitely learned, to recognize the landmarks and be like, okay, I've been that way. I don't want to go back that way. Let's try this way, And eventually, I found my first house. Well, what happened was, I built a house. I started to build a house one time, and this house was actually pretty cool, because it was like the mine was back behind, and then I ended up building my house like on like a little ledge. It had there was a lake, and then there was this little ledge of dirt and stuff, and I ended up building my house on that ledge, and kind of with the mine area behind me. And so I'm like, that's really cool, I thought that was really cool. And so, but then I died by drowning in the lake. And so it was just kind of like, that's nice. So anyways, what happened there was, I respawned, but I respawned in a different area, and I couldn't find my first house. And so, after a while, I was just like, okay, well, I'll build another house. And it was actually funny, because I went back exploring at one point. Went back not the way that got me lost, but the other way, the way I usually go. And I found my old house, and it was just over in the next little area. And it cracked me up, because I was just like, oh, there's my house. There's my first house, unfinished and everything. So what I've been doing is, if I need extra wood, or if I need, more cobblestone or whatever, I've been, using that as kind of like my reserve, area of like, well, I'll go over here, get some cobblestone, I'll go over here, get some, take up a few of the blocks from the wood and turn back to my house. Turn back to my new house, which I really liked my new house, because it's an actual house. It's not like the front of a house. It's, it's an actual square thing. I've been making windows for it. I'm learning a lot of this stuff on my own. Well, I take that back because I've been watching a lot of really helpful YouTube videos. There's been Tabascus, there's been a lot of people, Brandon Moore, there's been a lot of people who have made some really excellent how-to videos, or even just let's play videos of Minecraft and stuff that have been really helpful. It really helped this newbie out a lot. And so it's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And that's been the other thing that's been taking up my attention. And so, but anyway, so back to Slenderman, the lack of seeing him. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if he just left. I don't know if something happened. I don't know, I don't know if he'll come back at some point, or if it's just, or if he's, if he's gone. I don't know. But, as of right now, I don't have the time to devote to doing my research. I don't have the time to devote to, and I also realize I've kind of been laying you guys down with the fact that I haven't really been doing the kind of research that I could be doing. I haven't really delved into it. I haven't given you guys really any links. I haven't done anything like that. So I do apologize about that. I know you guys probably want more. And I may do more in the future. As of right now, though, I'm basically I'll leave this channel open, and what I'll probably end up doing is making it more of kind of like this kind of update, just kind of letting you guys know what's going on in my life. It might even end up being kind of a ranting type, if I have a really bad day, or if I have an experience that I'm just I want to talk to somebody about it, I just want to get everything out of my system. I'm going to come online and share with you guys. So, hopefully you guys don't mind that. Like I said, in the future, if anything does come about, if I do end up seeing him again, if I do, I may venture into, there are areas close by my house, not just the wooded patches, but there are apparently, I've driven by there a couple of times, there are apparently areas where there are paths, there's wooded areas with walking paths, and I may actually go in there at some point. I'm not usually an outdoor woodsy kind of person, which may be another reason why he hasn't really been stalking me, because he's I'm here in the woods, are you not coming in here? I'm no, because I don't really like being out in I don't really like being out in nature and being, with deer ticks and flies and stuff like that. And he's oh, well, fine, be that way. I'm gonna go stalk Joe Schmo now, I mean, who knows, But, yeah, so basically, that's the situation, you guys. That's what's going on right now, and lots of good stuff going on. Definitely lots of good things happening. So, just basically, letting you guys know what's going on, letting you guys know I haven't died or, gone anywhere or anything like that. But, just let you guys know I'm good, I'm still around, and that I will keep updating this, like I said, it'll be different for a while at least. It'll be more, just kind of the normal stuff going on in my life, and, maybe Actually, what I might do is I might post some questions to you guys and see if I get any responses. Um, one of the things that I've been writing, that I've been working on, and I kind of started doing this while I was in college, which I graduated in 2010. With a BA in liberal arts, and that was I think that was one of the best experiences of my adult life because it just proved that okay, I am smart. I can write these big long papers. I mean, I had to write an almost 30-page paper for my last big project at school, and I chose to do mine on consumer behavior based on some of the weird and funny things that me and my coworkers, at the time I was working at this party store in the area. Lovely store, just honestly a lot of fun, especially around Halloween. Halloween week was our Black Friday, basically. It was where we got most of our business. The majority of our revenue was from Halloween week. And just totally fun, totally blessed. Crazy! Absolutely insane. But it was, like I said, it was a lot of fun. Just ended up not being viable as far as couldn't really make a living at it. Couldn't really, due to reasons which I won't go into here, couldn't really, didn't get any raises, didn't get any bonuses, nothing like that. And so basically that's when I accepted a job working for Barnes & Noble. And I'm glad I took that year to work at Barnes & Noble, even though it ended up being even worse than, yeah. Because Barnes & Noble led to my current job, working at Best Buy. And I would say I was probably, as of right now, it's probably been the best retail job that I've had. So, yeah. So, anyway. But yeah, so, I mean, I'll still be around. I'll still record little videos and stuff and bring them and put them up here and stuff like that. But you won't, shouldn't be about Slenderman or anything. Although, if I do see something, like if somebody else from one of the other gangs that does the videos, they post anything, I might pop online and talk about it a little bit, or I might post a link to the description or whatever. That's just my issue. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can post links to other people's videos without their permission and stuff. So I may have to do a little emailing, a little tracking some people down and being like, hey, I've been watching your videos. I have some questions. But like I said, I really can't do that right at the present time. There's just too much going on, and I just don't have time for it. I just don't have time to do it. So, but anyway, maybe in the future, I can do more of that. But as of right now, this little vlog is just gonna end up being more of my little ramblings, my little, I might post on here, I might even post some of my little Minecraft, adventures and see what you guys think about it, I mean, I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything like that, but it's just fun. It's just fun to see. And I tell you one thing about Minecraft is it is very peaceful, especially when you're on the peaceful setting. It is so nice, especially when I've had like a stressful day or whatever. It's so nice to be able to log on and just be able to go out and explore. And I mean, my little house, you guys should see it. I'm gonna post a picture or video or something because my little house is right on, it's around the lake. I mean, there's a lake right there, but there's also kind of like a little waterfall that, goes right past my house. There's, and I made a little walkway that kind of goes almost right over it, and it's just really kind of cool. So, um, it's just really nice. It's just really nice to, turn it on peaceful and to be like, and just to make stuff. Just, go out and explore, you know. I'm the only person in the world, and it's not at all scary. It's, And yes, I have tried to, I have tried to fight the zombies. I have tried to fight. I even saw. This is the other cool thing that I should have probably recorded. Um, one time I had it on easy, and it's funny because it's like even on easy. I mean, I kept getting attacked and stuff. I'm like, if this is an easy setting, I don't want to know what the hard setting is going to be like. But so, and I was going to go explore, and I'm climbing up the hill, and all of a sudden, I see, it's like I'm right here, and I see off here, just a little bit after hit, and I'm kind of half hidden by the blocks. But what do I see? But an Enderman, and he's just doing his thing. He's got one of those little blocks and long arms, and he's just carrying it around, and just looks like he's just busy as all get out. And I was just like, I was just watching him for a while, and I was just like, even though I knew if he saw me, that on me, and I would be in trouble. But just for just a few seconds, I was just like mesmerized. It was like the guys who go out and explore in Africa or whatever, and track down the exotic animals. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's like, that's Enderman. What's he doing? And I was just watching it, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna turn around, sneak real quietly back down the hill, and he didn't follow me. He was just, whatever he was doing with his block, he was just doing his thing, and it was just like, okay, you go for it, you go, you move those blocks, and but I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Of course, the the funniest part was there was this one time, because I also have like a huge mine area, and there's a couple. Oh, and I was playing a little bit of Minecraft earlier this evening, and found, and I was digging, and I actually found a little mini cave. And it was really cool. It was really dark, and I was running out of torches, and I was just like, I want to use all my torches. But it was just really cool because it was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't really explore as much, But it was just really kind of cool because it was like, because Cave went in there, and then I started chopping with some blocks in the dark, and there was, and I made a little teeny tiny opening. And so it's like, oh my gosh, there's another, it goes through to another area. And so I'm gonna go back. I'll go back there at some point and put torches and start working on that again. And so, but the main thing I'm trying to do now in Minecraft is I made part of armor. I made the leggings part and have iron, and I need to make the chest plate and the helmet and all that. But it's been really fun. It's been really, really fun, and I really enjoy it. The hardest part is that there's not a whole lot of animals where I am. Well, I take that back, because whenever I'm out exploring or whenever I'm out doing my stuff, I hear chickens. But I can never find the chickens. Or, it's like I always hear them out in that, and I always hear and it's like, where are you, chickens? But that was the cool thing about getting lost, was I discovered quite a few areas that had sheep, cows, and pigs. And so it was like, oh, now I know where to go when I need pork, the hide through the what am I trying to say? The hide for the armor, apparently, or hide for different things, and wool for bed. Oh, and I finally made the bed. So it took me quite a few tries, because I didn't know that you needed wool at first, and that was when I watched one of the very helpful videos online, and they were like, yeah, you need like 3 blocks of wool, and I'm like, okay, my next step is to find a sheep, or multiple sheeps. And so that's what I did. I went out and found some sheep and got their wool, and was like, okay, that'll work, So, anyway, sorry guys, this has been kind of a long video. Whoa, 52 minutes and 53 minutes. But, there's a lot of stuff to catch up on. And like I said, planning on being around still, just, changing the direction of my vlog for a little bit. But believe you me, if anything mysterious or Slenderman type related happens, you guys will be the first to know. And I'm sure you guys will be the first to know, probably more than me, because, you guys will probably see like distortion or whatever, or somebody, lure me over me, whatever. I mean, some of these videos that I watch is just like, I want to go to bed now, because I'm going to be imagining him, lure me over me while I sleep. It's like, I already have issues sometimes going to bed. I don't know, it's weird. I'm not really scared of the dark. I'm not really scared of it. I'm not really scared of, like, but at the same time, there's just, especially if I watch something scary, or if I read something scary or whatever, right before bed, or then I'm just kind of like, why did I do that? Stupid! You know? Why did you do that to yourself right before going to sleep? But anyway, so that's my story. That's, maybe it'll be the end of the story of my adventures. But, well, no, it won't. It'll just be maybe the end of my story, my adventures with supernatural tall beings wearing suits, Which I'm kind of disappointed. I never really got to explore the whole reason why I wore a suit. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially nowadays, because a lot of people really don't wear suits anymore. Even like guys who, work in like offices or anything. So I don't know. I just honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know. And I may still, on the occasional free moment I have, I may still do some research. I may still try to figure out certain things. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to thank you guys for sticking with me. And I wanted to thank you guys for hanging in there with me, for being patient. And I promise I will, I'll give you guys something to entertain yourselves with. I promise. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back and try to do a little bit of writing, especially since I owe some people some posts. And probably gonna get to bed at a semi-decent time tonight, just because I had to be at work again tomorrow, and I had to be up earlier than usual this morning because I had to go to the doctor. But so anyway, but yeah, so I hope you guys have a great night, and this is Julie signing out.